Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was too busy playing on my fucking Legend of Zelda. Sorry. Zelda Breath of the Wild. Waking. Isn't that the other? Hold on a second. Breath of the Wild. That's the one with the fucking bird. That's the Ocarina of Time soundtrack, is it not? Oh well. Anyways, enjoy the video. Hey everybody. I have to be a bit quiet today because my parents are in the other room sleeping and I don't really want to wake them up because, you know, I've got all this on me right now. However, today I've got a video doing a quick explanation about JJK. I'm just explaining something and not going into full detail, just explaining little things, okay? Okay. Alright. First things first, and the most important thing is the soul. Now, the soul is a very important thing. It's basically the essence of what we are. They're the embodiment of, you know, everything. A soul is pretty self-explanatory. A soul is a soul. Now, from a soul can come many things. Many things. Now, many things come from the soul. One of those things being cursed energy. Now, the soul produces cursed energy. Now, what is cursed energy? Well, cursed energy is negative emotions of people. It's the negative emotions of regret, or if someone dies and they haven't fulfilled what they wanted to do in life, or they die and they're mad about it, cursed energy will appear. Same can be said for someone harnessing their negative energy, or harnessing their intense emotions. That can also be considered cursed energy. And, you know, I mean, you know what a curse is. It's, oh, I put curse on you and your family. That's basically, you know, the kind of emotion and attitude you got to bring when talking about cursed energy. The soul creates cursed energy through just producing it, I guess. That's just how it goes. The soul can also create this other thing, not cursed energy, but something else. The soul can create a shikigami. Now, what is a shikigami? Well, a shikigami is a creature or a pet or a embodiment of that person's soul or emotions or expressions or things like that put into a creature. Instead of having a curse technique, which we will get into later, they have a shikigami. A shikigami could range from little flying creatures and little dogs to these huge hulking monsters. And you wouldn't really have any, you know, idea which one you're going to get until you actually summon one. Now, the process of summoning one is a bit more complicated, and I won't be getting into that. However, that's what a shikigami is. A shikigami is a projection of the soul itself. Instead of, you know, having a curse technique, they have a shikigami. They have a creature they can call upon, a creature that they can depend on. Fuck. Now, curse energy can do a lot of things. Like I said before, it is the negative emotions and regrets of a human soul turned into a pure energy. Now, this energy could have many different properties. However, one of them is having the ability to get imbued into something. More specifically, and these things that are imbued with cursed energy, we name cursed objects. Now, soul creates cursed energy, and you can put cursed energy into objects, and that creates cursed objects. Now, cursed objects could be a multitude of different things, but the best way to describe it is having a object that somebody has, you know, put their regrets or their bad thoughts to. So, no, fuck. The best way to describe a cursed object is, let's say a person has a necklace, and that person dies, and this person never got to do the bucket list thing, died with regrets. Now, since, you know, they died with regret and negativity, the cursed energy is just kind of left there. And since it's left there, it's kind of imbued into their necklace, into their object of, of pride, of, what's the fucking word? What's the word? Devotion into this object that's been carrying around their whole life. All their negative energy has gone into that. And that's what a cursed object is. Cursed object is a broad term. Very broad. In fact, there are many things that you could be classified as a cursed object. One of these being a cursed weapon. Now, soul creates cursed energy, which creates cursed objects, and these cursed objects can be classified as cursed weapons. What are cursed weapons? Well, cursed weapons are, let's say, you have a blacksmith. This blacksmith is obsessed with creating a blade made out of human bones. So he goes out, starts killing people, starts defiling graves. So he goes out, starts killing people, starts defiling graves, starts ruining people's lives, and all for the sake of creating this blade. He has all the human bones, he grinds them up, he puts his heart and soul into creating this weapon. This weapon has been made with ill intent. This weapon has been made from beginning to end with human pain. All that pain, all that negativity has attached to the weapon and given the weapon properties unlike any other. Now, so these properties could range from a multitude of different things, from being able to boost across planes, to being able to double the power of your strike, or being able to move through air like it's nothing. But, it's kind of, there's a lot, alright, there's a lot of different cursed weapons with different cursed properties and all this stuff, and it's really hard to keep track, so I'm really not going to get into too much detail, like I said at the beginning of this video. Did I say that? I don't remember. I don't really care. But what I do care about is that you understand what these are. Okay, cool. Because from cursed energy, something else can be born. This said something can be death wound paintings. Now, I'm using death wound paintings as a sort of, sort of placeholder for what I'm going to be talking about here. So, let's say you can put your negative energy into an object, right? But that negative energy came from a soul. So theoretically, you can just cut out the middleman or utilize the middleman. Can you utilize cursed energy to put a soul into an object? And that, my friend, is what has created death wound paintings. Or, well, death wound paintings aren't really like the only thing. There's a lot of other objects that have a soul in them. And the way they do this is with a certain thing called a binding vow. Now, a binding vow is something oh wait, you can't really see that. Hold on. Yeah, now you can see it. Alright, so a binding vow is a thing outside of all of this. A binding vow is this kind of thing in the Jujutsu Kaisen world. It's a thing anybody can do if they know how to do it. And basically, what they do in a binding vow is that they, well, how do I say it? The law of equivalent exchange. Give something to gain something. So, and this, well, this could be used for a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like, you could probably guess how much you can do with just that simple concept. Give something, gain something. Like, whoa, that's really cool. So, people have found a way to utilize these binding vows. So, through the work of through the help of binding vows, they are able to utilize curse energy and the soul to put the soul into an object. Now, death wound paintings are kind of specific in this way because death wound paintings are this type of cursed object that, you know, like it's like where the fuck did that blue tape go? Where'd it go? What the fuck? I could have sworn I had it right here. Yes! Now, you're probably wondering, well, why would they want to put a soul or a person inside of a cursed object? Well, the reason why they want to put a soul or a person inside of a cursed object is because people want to. It's immortality, basically. Well, not really, but if you put a person inside an object, you're probably wondering, well, what can I do with this object now? Is if you put a soul into an object, and then you make somebody eat that object, or make somebody absorb that object, what happens? Well, it's really hard to explain because there's a lot of things that could happen, but what happens most of the time is that the person or the soul takes over the body. Now, a death wound painting is a serious case of this, where it's not a person's soul getting put in there, but it's a soul being born into a person. Now, it's this whole thing. I haven't really, I have all the manga, but I haven't, reread it. So I've only really read it once. So, sorry if I get something wrong, but I should have probably said that at the beginning. Fucking, oh well. But, yeah. That's basically what... I mean, they did achieve this. There are a lot of other things that could happen, like a person could not be taken over, or a person could negotiate with that other soul and become intertwined. It's a lot of action. It gets really cool, but we don't have time for this. We have time for something else. Now, what else can come from cursed energy? Because I've left all this space right here for something good. What have I left it for? Let me explain it to you. One thing that comes from cursed energy are cursed spirits. Now, if you can remember earlier, I talked about how when somebody dies, their negative energy, their regrets are left just there. Now, sometimes these regrets, get absorbed into a personal belonging and turned into a cursed object. Other times, though, if there's no object for this negative energy to inhabit, or if it doesn't inhabit it quickly enough, or if it doesn't just doesn't want to, or some shit like that, it's really complicated. I'm just giving you a basic noob rundown for people who don't want to get really into it. I mean, I know a lot of people are probably gonna get up on my case for not giving you guys the full expert opinion, but this is just for people who don't normally watch the series and need a rundown. Okay, now, cursed spirits. That negative energy that has been left transforms. It gets turned into something grotesque, monstrous. It gets turned into a curse, a living curse. a creature that they have deemed a spirit. A spirit of negativity. A spirit of fear. Cursed spirits have a huge range of what they can be. From the human's negative fear of fire and nature to just some random bug that somebody killed one time and felt bad for, or like just like a creature popped up from a guy dying. It's most of the low level, or like most of the basic enemy kind of curses, the weaker ones that don't really have any plot relevance, are just like people who have died. So, you know, kind of, it's a little bit boring, but oh well. You do what you do. That's kind of what cursed spirits are. If you want me to give a bigger rundown on them, I could probably do it. Like, maybe if I have the time. But it's time for me to get into something else. My friend Ness during this and like fucking like has no clue what I'm talking about because he doesn't watch the show. I've tried to get him to watch it and he's like, well, it's not really my thing. And yeah, if it's not your thing, then it's not your thing. I mean, this is just kind of a noob basic rundown. So like, you know, it's kind of pretty easy to grasp if you know what you're doing. And if you watch a lot of animes with that certain complex shit. I mean, he watches what he watches. I'm not mad at him for what he watches. If he doesn't want to watch the same thing I watch, then that's okay. I'm not stopping him. I mean, he could be watching this. I mean, are you watching this? You watching this, felon? You watching this, felon? Huh? Are you watching this? Are you? If you are, hi. And if you're not, then why the fuck aren't you? Come on, man. What the fuck? Now, you're probably wondering, what's all of this space for? Well, it's for curse techniques. What is a cursed technique? Well, a cursed technique, it's kind of hard to explain, but that's been this whole fucking process, so I'll just go with it. So, a cursed technique. You see, remember how I said these people, these, I haven't actually told you what they're called. So people can use curse energy to do so many things. Now, like we've explained, negative energy, this curse energy can do many things, but people have noticed that this curse energy can do multiple things, and they're like, hold on, what if I can do that? And just not let it occur naturally. So people have been trying to harness this curse energy, and they do. People who harness, control, and utilize curse energy are what we like to call cursed sorcerers. So for the rest of this video, I shall be referring to them as sorcerers. Now, sorcerers are people who utilize curse energy to do things. Now, these people can utilize curse energy to create cursed objects, or utilize curse energy to power themselves up and take out cursed spirits. But one of the most common things that these sorcerers do with cursed energy is use it to use a cursed technique. Now, what is a cursed technique? A cursed technique is a skill or a power built deep down in their soul. To awaken it, they need to utilize curse energy. They use curse energy to take their soul and, with their soul and this curse energy, creates a curse technique. Now, a lot of processes happen while creating a curse. A lot of processes happen when using a curse technique. Or making it more powerful, doing it differently, and all this other cool stuff. However, that's basically all the powers that they have, all the powers that you see on the internet, all like that cool stuff, like the fucking, like, you know, a person teleporting with the clap of his hands, or a person like creating things out of thin air, a person cutting things down with a swing of their hand. It's all curse techniques. Now, another thing about curse techniques is, well, a domain. Now, what are domains? Well, domains are, how do I say this? The pure embodied, well, I've kind of already said that. Domains are what they actually call the pure embodiment of the soul. It's their soul, you know, turned into this massive, huge, powerful attack. Now, I'm kind of, you know, I've used embodiment of soul a lot, and you know, they don't, there's very different stuff, but you're not here for that. You're here for a noob basic understanding because you don't know the show. Or maybe you do know the show and you're here to just shit on me, but I mean, fuck, alright. I can't fucking breathe in this, man. Now I just look ugly as shit. What the fuck, dude? This shit fucking sucks. Alright. So. Domains. Domains are... fuck, how do I say this? Domains, it's basically just their final attack. It's basically just their final attack. I mean, like, there's a lot of intricate details and much more in-depth way. Like, I could go so far into explaining domains, but like I said again, I'm not here to explain, like, the intricate details of, you know, the Jujutsu Kaisen system to you. I'm just kind of here to give you the basics, and a domain is basically just a final attack. Like, there's, I mean this, there is so much more to do with domains, and to do with curse techniques, and all this shit. I almost forgot. Black Flash. Really cool. Really cool. It's basically just a critical hit. When a person is, like, super locked in, like, locked in to the point of, like, ruling, they kind of can just and hit, like, a fucking critical hit. It's pretty cool. But, like, as I was saying, yeah, this gets super intricate, like insanely intricate. Like, it gets insane sometimes. Like, shit, this is just the basics of it, man. There's so much more. Oh, shit. There's so much more than just all of this. But I'm not able to cover it in this video. It's fucking, like, what time is it? It's like 9:35 right now, man. I normally go to bed at, like, fucking 8. I try and get, like, the most amount of sleep possible. Because, you know, I'm not a dummy. I'm not a guy who just doesn't have sleep, man. I'm like, I actually, you know, want to have sleep and shit. Anyways, here is everything. So Black Flash, Finding Val. Not really, you know, like, all of this stuff is integrated, but they're just kind of by themselves. The soul creates negative energy or cursed energy, and this cursed energy can be utilized to use curse techniques or to create curse techniques. You can't actually create it. I'm too fucking tired for this shit, man. Fuck this. Anyways, so It can be utilized to create curse techniques, and when a curse technique is like perfect, or when a person is just like really into it, they can create domains or some shit like that. I don't know. With the help of their soul, they can create a domain. Curse energy can also imbue objects. These objects can be weapons, and they can also be just people inside of objects. And a soul can also create curse energy, which then can create a curse spirit. A cursed spirit is the negative energy left untouched and unbothered to turn into a monstrous, grotesque creature. And a soul can also produce a shikigami, which is just a little pet that is the pure embodiment of your soul. Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing. Pretty cool, I know. Anyways, I'm kind of done here, so I'll see you guys later. Bye.